Good day, everyone. For I think 1 week plus time, I was so busy doing my paperworks in the office, and I decided to have this video and uh, discuss the continuation of Python programming language tutorials. Okay. Temporarily, I stopped posting C programming language. I supposed to post to discuss multi-dimensional array in C, but I decided to temporarily stop it and opted to do videos on Python programming language, right? And in this particular video, I'll be discussing Python programming language operators. Actually, they are somewhat similar with C programming language, but then I need to discuss it, right, for the sake of our followers on kuyaeggworld. Okay, so I'll be discussing the different operators, just the basic. There are actually so many operators in Python programming language, but then I'll just limit it to the basic one for the beginners, because this particular video is actually designed for Python beginners, right? So that's it. I am going to share with you guys my compiler, my Python compiler. Okay, so I'm going to discuss first Python programming language arithmetic operators. Now, we have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are actually 7 arithmetic operators in Python programming. For example, um, we'll try to assign m by, say, for example, 25, and our n by 6, right? So when we say print, let us say, for example, um, let us see, we'll try to m add to n, m added to n, right? And that's more or less what we'll say, for example, m plus n, right? So plus or addition is one of the 7 operators in Python. So when we are going to run this program, all right, so click run button. Oh, I'm sorry, there's an error. Okay, I think I need to have some comma in here. We'll try to run it again. Oh, it's here. So our m is 25 and our n is 6. So if we are to add 25 by n, all you have to do is to make use of plus. Same with C programming language, right? So m added to n, that's what? 31, right? So we'll try another one. Say for example, I'll try to copy this one. Instead of added, we'll try to, let us say, for example, deducted. So we'll be using minus. Okay, the second arithmetic operators. So when we click, right, when we click this one, m deducted to n is 19, right? Or we can just, to make it right, to make it short, we'll make use of the operator itself, right? So that's it. So when we click run, and this is the result. Actually, the process of plus and minus happens in here, right? And this one enclosed with single quote is actually a message. It's a string value being displayed by print statement, right? So that's it. And say for example, I'm sorry, I'll try to we'll try to delete this one. If we want to multiply, okay, so if you want to multiply, all we have to do is to what? We have to change this one, right? And then make use of what operator? Asterisk, right? Asterisk for multiplication. And when we click run button, we have this m times n is equal to 150, right? So these are actually arithmetic operators. And we can even use of divide, right? Divide, for example. So when we are to divide m by n, then It's very simple. That's it. So, Python programming language so simple, right? So simple. These are actually the four basic arithmetic operators in Python. But then we have some special operators. Say for example, if we want to, say for example, display or make use of this one, modulus. This modulus operator will give us the remainder, right? The remainder of m divided by n. So when we click run button, it's in here. M divided by n remainder is 1. It's 1. Okay. So how about if we want to display the integral part instead of the remainder? We'll try to display the integral, the integer part, the whole number. So it's very simple still. We'll be using what? This kind of operator. Okay. So in Python programming, this is what this is actually floor division operator. We are trying to get the integral part of the number. So when we click run button, then it gives us the whole number 4, right? 25 divided by 6 is 4, 4.1. 0.1 is actually the remainder, and that's the reason why we have 1 in here for the modulus, and 4 is the integral part of 25 divided by 6, right? Are you following? So these are actually the different mathematical operators in Python programming. We can even use raised to the power of, for example. So like in here, it's say for example, if you want to make use of this one, right? M raised to the power of n. What particular operator will be using the double asterisk for exponentiation. So when we run this program, we have here m raised to the power of n is 244140625. Okay, so more or less these are actually the different arithmetic operators in Python programming language. Okay, so I hope you're following and you're trying to look at the screen, right? So we also have the so-called relational operators. Relational operators. And when we say relational operators, actually what we're trying to do here is to compare two values, and the result is a Boolean value. And we are all familiar with Boolean values. There are only two, and that is true and false, right? That's Boolean values. So when we are going to use relational operators, the expected output is either true or false, right? So it's again very simple. So say for example, if we'll try to write if we want to know whether m is greater than n, so that's it. And when we run this program, m is greater than n. The result is true. That's true. True is what? It's a Boolean value, right? Boolean value. And greater sign is what? It's a relational operators in Python programming. Okay, so so simple. It's very simple. All right. So we'll try to do some copy and paste in here. Okay. So say for example, if we want to instead of greater than, we'll try to use less than. All right. So when we run this program, we have this m less than n is false because our m is 25 and our n is 6. Right? So we also have another relational operators in Python. We have this greater than or equal to. So that's it. Is 25 greater than or equal to n? Actually, the result is true, right? So this is true. Okay. So another relational operator, we have say for example, instead of greater than, we'll try to use less than, right? So I hope you're following my screen. Alright. So right, this is false. So there are actually several relational operators in Python programming language. We have this say for example, we'll try to ask if m is what? Not equal to n. So this is the operator that we use in Python. Question mark and then equal. A not question mark, exclamation. Okay, this is a not equal operator. So when we click run button, m not equal to n is true. It's true. Right. So what else? I think here we have the last one. Say for example, if we want to ask whether m is equal to n, right? So this is that is the operator, the double equal sign. That's equal to. Is 25 equal to 6? I think the result is false. Right? It's false. So that's all for relational operators in Python programming language, and we have also this logical operators, right? A while ago I was discussing arithmetic operators, right? And now I am discussing relational operators, and next I'll be discussing this. We'll try to, let us say, logical operators. Now, logical operators are actually similar to relational operators. The result is Boolean value. It's either true or false, and we only have three operators: and, or, and not. Right? So, say for example, if we want to, if we want to store true for m and false for n, right? And we'll try to make use of and, right, operator. So actually and operator is true oriented, meaning if any one of the expression is false, everything will become false. That's false oriented. That's and. So true and true, that's true, but the rest of the expressions are actually false. True and false is false, false and true is similar to C programming language. So we'll try to look at this. I'm sorry. If m is true and n is false, true and false, the result must be false. But there's an error in here. I suppose this must be capital. All right. Here. So when we click this one, the result must be false, right? Because our m is true and our n is false. You're following? So that's it. And if we are going to, for example, make use of, say for example, we'll try to use or, right? Or operator is true oriented, meaning at any part of the expression, if there is one single which is true, then the rest expression is true, right? So or is an opposite to and when we click run, right, look at this, m or n is true. Our m is true and our n is false. True or false, that's true, right? So and we have this also, not, by the way, not n, for example, right? So not, all right. So when I click run button, look at this. No, not and not. So not, our n is false, so not false is true, right? Look at this. Not n is true, right? So there are actually three logical operators in Python programming language. Same with the C programming language. There are only three logical operators. Okay, and another type of operators in Python programming language is assignment operator, right? So assignment operator, for example, m is equal to 25. We are actually using an assignment operator equal. Equal is an assignment operator. We are trying to assign 25 to m. Alright? So when we say n is equal to 6, we are actually storing 6 to n. And when we say x is equal to m plus n, we are actually assigning what? M plus n to x. So 25 plus 6 to x. So when we are going to print the value of x, right? So when we are going to run this program, the result is 31, right? Because 25 plus 6 is 31. That's assignment operator. Okay. So there are actually several types of an assignment operator, which I'm going to share in here. So let us see, for example, here we have this equal sign. We're assigning a particular value to a variable, and we have this, for example, x is equal to uh, x is equal to what? It's a, for example, equal to m, for example. All right. So when we are going, I'm sorry, when we are going to run this program, all right? When we are going to run this program, look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. X is equal to m, because actually, when we are going to say, for example, what is that? Let us say, for example, m is equal to 1, right? And then when we say x, right? X is equal to x plus m, okay? And assuming our x is 2, right? When we press when we are going to display the value of x, we are trying to what? We are trying to add 1 plus 2 and store it to x. Okay, that's why the result is 3. You're following, right? So this is an assignment operator. Now we have this kind of operator. For example, when you say x is equal to not equal, but is plus equal to m, for example. When we are going to run this program, it's in here. When we click this one, right? So look at this. So actually, the equivalent of this one, right? When you say x is equal to plus equal, this is actually, you are good as you're trying to say plus m, this one. Okay, so look at this. It's in here. Okay, assuming, all right, please follow my screen. This is another type of operator. Actually, it's shortcut to I'm sorry, here. I'm sorry, there's a technical error in here. We'll try to look at this. I need to store the value of, right? I need to initialize x by 0, and then we'll try to say, for example, our x is 1, right? And when we click run command, the result is 2, right? Look at this. Our m is 1 and our x is 1, right? By using this kind of assignment operator, we are actually trying to add x plus m. We're following x plus m. So this is good as saying what? X is equal to x plus m. And for you to save, in programming, bits and bytes is so important. So instead of having a longer expression as this, we can use plus equal, right? So that's it. Or say, for example, if you want to, right, to minus x by 1, and you want to display, all right, you want to display the result, then when you click run button, the result is of course 0, because x minus m is 0. Or you can simply say, all right, you can simply say what? Minus equal. And when you click run button, the result is still 0. Okay, those are actually assignment operators in Python programming language. There are so many. For example, if you want to divide, you can just write divide equal, then run. Same with C programming language, and the result is 1.0. You can even make use of multiplication, asterisk one, and when you click run, the result is 1. You are actually trying to save a particular expression, whatever is the value is this, save it, store it to x. Right? So in that particular expression, we're actually saying x is equal to x times m. Okay, so I think that's it. There are actually so many operators in Python programming language, but then I'd love to stop in here. I just give the basic operators in Python. Along the way, I might be discussing some advanced operators in Python, all right? And I am hoping that I was able to share something good today and in this particular video. And on my next Python programming language tutorials video, I might be discussing if statements or control statements in Python programming. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you click subscribe, and do some sharing of this video to your classmates, friends, relatives. Thank you so much for now, and God bless you. God bless us. God is good.